I'm Brian. I'm your CookTek rep here in the state of Wisconsin, so we'll be going through your CookTek Incognito. So whole purpose of this is to set up a nice warming, holding area. It is not for cooking, it's for holding and warming. System works with this trivet, and then you have your controller underneath. And then your unit is actually mounted up underneath this countertop, and here the wires will trail up and in. These are designed not to damage the countertop at all. You need the trivet to make the system work. They're very simple to use. We just push the power button and it turns on, and now there's an RFI indicator here. You're going to see a little blinking red light. Once we start putting it above the unit, that's how you would find your sensor. It should flash.
There you go.
And now we know where the top of the burner is. Now you would set your any kind of dish that you're holding, a chafing dish, I'm assuming, right on top of there. And now this will be at temperature. And you can see that right now there's a smart tag. That light has turned on, so it's this light here. It says smart tag. That means that this unit has found this trivet. And as soon as a pan goes on, the next one is going to light up as well, pan detected, so that it's going to know that it's actually working. You push the lock button 3 times, it will hold and won't be able to. Once the lock is engaged, it will hold just that temperature. Nobody can play with it, nobody can touch it. It won't do anything until you press it 3 times to unlock it. Other than that, you're cycling through your temperatures. So you have 160, 175, 190, 180, and you have a couple presets. If you need something outside of it, we can unlock those. It's a matter of pushing the power button and the up button, and then it'll lock an additional set of them, typically though you're in that preset range. Basically, you're cleaning your countertop the way you normally would clean your countertop. You do not want to lose, bend, or break this, otherwise you need a replacement piece. And when you set the pans down, you always want to keep it off of the RFI. So you're basically setting here. This is where it's setting, and basically this is the sensor that's detecting the heat. Make sure the pan is distributing the heat. That's it for this guy. Other than off and on, that's how they work. There is no cleaning required underneath because it's protected by the countertop. Questions?
So can you clean that or no?
I would clean it with a cloth, maybe a little mild detergent, but I would keep any kind of, I would not submerge this or run this through a dish machine. We don't want to get the RFI or the other chip wet.
To keep your food warm, what temperature would you recommend setting this at?
Depends on the food that you have out there. Typically, whatever your holding temperature is, that's what you want to hit it at. So 180, 175.
So if I have this at 150, the food version will be at 150?
Correct. It's going to warm the pan evenly. Induction will warm the entire pan from the bottom all the way to the sides, so it'll keep it at that temperature, then the food will be that. And it's not going to overshoot that temperature. Basically, with your induction, it will hold precisely. So if you have a sauce and you need to hold it at 125, it'll hold it at 125 and won't break that sauce.
Okay.
So with this, will it only activate when metal's touching, or will this be warm enough to where you can touch it?
This will not be on until the pan touches it. It needs the magnetic. The more magnetic the pan, the more it works. But as you can see, it recognized it wasn't there. It will not get hot until a pan makes contact with this.
Okay. And then that red light always stays on?
Yeah, that's just blinking just to let you know that you're over that unit.
But after the pot is removed, it should still be hot.
There'll be some residual heat.
Okay.
This is like you can put the dollar bill underneath the pan. The dollar doesn't get burned, but if you put your hand down, you're still going to have 180 degrees just from residual heat. The counter won't get that. This will have a little bit. The pan itself, if you lift up the pan afterwards, that pan's going to be 180 on the bottom.
Okay.
So
we have one here. We have one here. We don't have anything in the middle here.
As far as I know, no.
So just 2 in the front, one in the front here.
He said they weren't quite at their final resting spots, but I don't know what that meant by. We're just sliding. Okay.
Moved over there, yeah.
Yeah. So I believe you have 4.
There's 4 on each. There's 4 on all the tables.
Yep.
Okay.
This will be more of a cold side, or we're gonna try to put some drawers in here to hold stuff warming. Does that make sense? So we're gonna. This will be more. So this will be. There's nothing power on this side.
Gotcha. Now
Right.
it makes sense,
This
right?
is all
so
power on this side.
that would be
right?
like your condom
Correct.
station,
Right.
and then this
We
would be
was
everything else.
exactly.
Got it.
So we're gonna put like install some warming drawers and cabinets to where if we have back dishes, we hold them in there and put them on top of it.
Beautiful.
So I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Got it. And is that the same on all the tables? It's
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
so this side on all the tables will be
Okay.
cold.
He's got the master plan.
They are different.